ArtSource is the peak membership body for visual artists in Western Australia. We have around 940 members and we've been operating for 25 years. This building that we're in has been home to artists since the days when Western Australia was in a state of excitement, when the America's Cup defence was here. ArtSource came about through a need to represent something that was about culture in Fremantle rather than just about races.
It was called Fremantle Artists Foundation then, and it was set up as an attempt to give artists a toehold in a city that even then was starting to become inaccessible.
It was realised that we actually needed this. We needed an organisation that represented artists, that could talk about artists, that could represent their interests and could help them to develop. All Customs House, as its name implies, was the place where customs duty was paid, and this was really a big office and a storage space too for goods that came into the country.
A group of artists got together and with the help of government funding, etc., got this building. People apply for studios and they're eligible for a 5-year tenure, which is great for an artist to be able to say within that time, you know, I should be able to get a couple of solo exhibitions up or work on some major projects. Or if you're an emerging artist, that time just to establish yourself in one spot.
I started here at the ArtSource studio last Thursday only, so I've just moved in and I'm mainly focusing on painting now, although I'm a photographer as well. My art training was in Germany at the Universität Osnabrück, and then I immigrated to Australia and obviously left all my networks behind, so it was in the beginning pretty hard to find a space to work from, to find the people to connect with, and that's why I joined ArtSource. There's other artists here, so you've got all of a sudden a huge network of people to talk to, which is great. They can, you know, from practical things like where do I get the best paints and canvases to maybe future cooperations. My paintings are abstract. Sometimes they're abstract still lifes. Sometimes they get inspired by other art that I've seen. For example, this painting is from a series called Angels, where I was looking a lot into art history books and saw all these church paintings. And so I started to do drawings of angels, and it becomes more and more abstract. So in the end it's just about different shapes, about colours, about the contrast of light and dark. At the moment I'm an emerging artist. I hope that I can develop my professional practice and maybe at the end of the time call myself a professional artist.
The primary thing that we do and everything that we test ourselves by is assisting artists to earn more money from what it is that they do. Part of that is providing affordable studio space, which is absolutely critical. You have to get off the kitchen table to be able to make your work.
ArtSource were the sort of first people to give me a bit of a chance. Since getting the studio, I have been taking my practice a lot more seriously, and it gave me a bit of confidence. It gave me the space to try things out and to really push things a little bit more. And then I won the Sawyer Prize in 2009, which allowed me to go to Berlin. At the moment I'm in New 11 at ACCA. It's an exhibition, they commission you to make a new work, and I made a work called Automated Colour Field, which is kind of referencing colour field painting, but looking really at colour and emotion. And so what I've used is flip clocks, 100 of them, and I've changed all the numbers with just plain colour. And so they're just sort of telling their time, I suppose, changing every minute. And so it just becomes this field of about 3.5 metres by about 1 metre, which is just kind of, constantly changing. I kind of developed it in Berlin, and then I put it together in here.
We run a professional development program. We also run an employment agency for artists. We also run a program that's about presenting and promoting West Australian and Australian artists to an international marketplace.
Artists, as you know, fall down on that aspect. I mean, as I'm so focused on my work, I don't have time to worry about the business side of my art. I've been a full-time artist for the past 29 years. I've been at Art Source now for about 3 years. I have a 5-year contract with them. I'm here 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. I paint everything that I love, everything that features in my life, and it's mainly figurative, with a lot of light and movement. I allow my work to dictate to me, so I have no idea what I'm going to do next, but I just work, and all of a sudden these channels open up for me. Art Source is like mother hen who looks after all the artists here. We are so central, right in the middle of Fremantle, and I cycle all around, and I'm only 5 minutes away from the beach and from the cinemas and the coffee houses. That's one of the reasons why I have the life drawing sessions, so we have a chance to work together and share chatter over a glass of wine.
Being able to survive for 25 years is a great thing, but being able to be at this point now and look at a really strong, healthy membership and say, yes, we're doing something right, and yes, artists need what we're doing, and we're expanding and continuing to think about how those needs change for the next 20 years.
The key thing that our Customs House gives to Fremantle and to Perth, and as an example of what can be done in urban areas, is that you can have a variety of uses for the city. It's not just exclusive apartments or boutiques or pubs or restaurants. You can also have people that come and do this strange thing called art.